When I tell you these two are like the representation of a boy and girl friendship that I would like to see more of. Because even though people think like Soji has a crush on Namjaju, I don't think so. I think that he feels that sister love or motherly love towards Namjaju because Namjaju was the first person to get through to him. When we first met Soji, he was like no welcoming at all, and actually people will think like he was scary, and he had never show up to school. Nobody even knew what he looked like. Now we know that Soji was a TV star and he was in a TV show, and I think he's like half Russian or something like that. And the entire thing is that he looks like a foreign person. So sometimes people are very mean to him, I mean. And then he does things like randomly stops coming to school and never explains to anyone what's going on at his home. We do know that he doesn't eat often and that he always wears the same clothes and that he lives in a very shabby neighborhood. So in the latest chapters, he I guess it's exam time and he stops showing up to school. And Namjaju goes to check on him, but he isn't home, so she leaves him a note in the door like, hey, I came to see you. Here is my phone number. Call me if you need anything. But he never called. He just left her a note in the door that says, stop coming over here. It's not safe. But he saved the note with Namjaju's phone number. And then they show that he actually is not showing to school because he has a job and the job switched from night shift to morning shift, and so he has to pick between paying his bills and going to school, so he picks paying his bills. And then we see that his dad came home and his dad drinks a lot and beats him. And that one time his dad had beat him a lot, so he ran away with Namjaju's phone number, and as he was about to call her, he passed out, so they took him to the hospital. And they called Namjaju because it was the only phone number that he had on him. And so Namjaju went to get him to the hospital with her siblings, who look as scary as she does, but they're just like misunderstood. They just look like that. And we see that the first night that Soji spent at their house, they didn't ask him any question. They just fed him and put him to bed. Because that is who Namjaju and her family are like. They are very welcoming people, even though people may like say stuff about them like, oh, they are so serious. And there was even one, like at the beginning, there was one chapter when people thought like the brother who picks up Namjaju was her older boyfriend. And so Soji actually didn't get any rest that night. And then in the morning at breakfast time, her siblings are wondering who's gonna talk to him and see what's going on with him. And so I think her younger brother, no, not her younger brother, but like he's older than Namjaju, but like he's not the oldest in the family. So he's the one who ends up talking to him, and then he explains, Soji explains that, his dad doesn't come home much, so he doesn't want to press charges. Because if he did, they will send him to like a shelter, and he doesn't want to do that because, first of all shelters are full, and then he will have to go somewhere far away, and he will miss his friends. And it shows that Namjaju's family was actually understanding of the situation, which I feel like a lot of other people would have been like, no, the right thing is that you go to a shelter even if you gotta go far away. But they understand that he doesn't want to go and how hard he has been working to keep himself afloat, and they respect that. And then Namjaju gives him her phone number again and tells him like, whatever you need, just give me a call. I'm always here for you. And to me, that is the best example of what a friendship is, because while other people are judging Soji and they don't even know what's going on, Namjaju still doesn't know what's going on. She's kind of guessing like, oh, maybe this is what's going on with him, but she's not sure. And even now, she only knows the part he told her, but she's still like, don't worry, Soji, I got your back no matter what. She comes from a loving family. She doesn't know what it's like that your dad beats you or anything like that. Anyways, for the first time in my life, I don't ship these two. Like, I don't see them as romantic love. Anyways, what do you guys think? Do you ship Namjoon and Soji, or do you agree with me that there are like example of what a good friendship should be like? And do you also think that Soji sees Namjoon as like a sister figure or like a motherly figure almost?